Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for October 10th through the 17th. And Mercury will be going retrograde this week, and we have a new moon in Libra at 23 degrees on Friday. I want to do a pick your own so that you can all choose a card. And this will be your bigger message for this Mercury retrograde and the new moon in Libra, which is designed to bring harmony and balance and joy and beauty into our lives. So let's go ahead. I want you to pick one of these cards. Either just look at it, or we're going to do, this is going to be card 1, card 2, card 3. I will reveal them right here after I talk about this month's astrology. And then I will post in detail on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, exactly a channeled message, a deeper meaning, and pair it with the astrology of that period. Our crystal of the week, not one of my favorites. It is aventurine. It is about growth. It is about healing. It's our heart chakra. Green is the color of Archangel Raphael, who is the healer. He travels on the green ray. I do have 2 different pieces, a polished and a raw. Why do I not like aventurine? Because to me, it's just a really blah color when there's so many other beautiful shades of green. But this symbolism in this card is really interesting. So we have a fairy or a child. Say, look at it from childlike joy. And she is holding magic in her hand. She has a basket of eggs in front of her, which symbolizes prosperity, fertility, abundance, and new things, new growth, birth. She's donning a pair of butterfly wings. So this is us emerging from our cocoons. This is also transformation. A lot of change is happening, but we're growing and moving forward from it. So I will give you the deeper meaning next week on Facebook and Instagram. And we do have another crazy astrological week. Mercury goes retrograde on Wednesday, October 13th. Will stay retrograde until November 3rd and then remain in his shadow for another 2 weeks after that. Mercury is going retrograde in Scorpio at 11 degrees. So it's really about our integrity, our authenticity, our oneness, yet at the same time, it's togetherness. It is about putting up boundaries and protection also around ourselves, protecting ourselves from what it is we are ingesting, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually. It's also knowing when to say no. It is okay to say no in order to preserve our integrity and authenticity. This is not about saying yes to make other people feel good. This year has proven itself to be so different than any year that I have ever lived, and probably most of you as well, unless you are decades older than me and maybe you've been through this. You know, if you're a centenarian and you're 100 years old, you went through this at the beginning of the 20th century, but not too many of us have experienced this, especially with the technology and everything. It's really making people ill and at dis-ease in the world. So I really want you to just be mindful and discerning about what it is you're watching on TV, what it is you're reading and feeding yourselves with. And, you know, that even includes social media, which is my base platform for my business, for getting out there, letting you know that I do readings and astrology charts and give you this good information. But, you know, I wouldn't hate you if you took a big break from social media. Anyway, our most difficult days this week are going to be Monday, October 12th, and Friday, October 16th, when the new moon in Libra comes in at 23 degrees 54 minutes, and that will be at 3:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to take a look and see where Libra lands in your chart, because that is the area, the house, that will have the most impact for this new moon. So for me, Libra is in my 5th house, which is creativity, it's children, it's joy, harmony, it's playfulness, it's also romance. And so Libra in my 5th house of romance, because that's partnerships and marriages. Maybe I'm going to find my true love. Maybe I'll bump into him somewhere. I have to leave the house in order to do that, obviously, but maybe not. Maybe he'll find me here on social media. But anyway, you want to see where it's falling, and that's where some new beginnings will be taking place. The difficulty that I'm seeing in the astrology, Monday, let me back up a little bit. So I posted some charts for this weekend on Facebook, and I was just showing the chaos and craziness. We have Thor's hammer once again, but it's in a different place this time than the last time, coming down and hitting in 2 areas. I talked about this last week. So we have a T square in the chart. T square kind of looks like, it reminds me of, a bow and arrow, like when we're pulling back the bow, and the bow, looks like this. And then you've got the string. I don't know what that's called, but when you're pulling back and you're getting ready to launch. So that's what a T square looks like in a chart. In this particular case, it's in cardinal signs. So cardinal signs are the initiators of the zodiac. It is Capricorn, Aries, and Libra. So something new is beginning. The point of this T square is right in Capricorn. So it's going to be something between the sun and moon in Libra. Well, the moon won't be in Libra until the end of the week, but so the sun in Libra, and then you've got Mars and Chiron in Aries. So something between ourselves needs to change. We need to bring in more harmony and balance. We have to think about our partnerships. We're taking a look at, the friendships that we have, all of the different relationships. And I talked about this last week. It's our relationship to everything in our lives. And I gave an analogy of, like, I even need to look at my relationship with coffee, with my animals, with my gardens, with my house, like with myself mostly. And we're making big decisions this week, or at least it's like the initiation of something. So what I had written down, the initiation, it's like the pulling back of the bow, but we haven't let go of it yet, because that would be the decision. Although with the energy coming in on Monday, it's like, I think we could be executing and making that decision. If I'm not mistaken, the sun would be in 18 degrees going into 19 degrees. That would be that decision-making time. We're ready to shoot an arrow in a direction. Either we're executing or we're, putting our aim on the mark, and, we're, what I'm talking about? Anyway, whatever we have been ignoring for a while will require our attention. And this is things like my housework I've been ignoring. Like, I've been keeping, for the most part, certain areas like really good, but other areas are not. Things that we've been ignoring. And this is also conversations in our relationships, people that have been overstepping bounds, or, whatever. we're making some big decisions. We're having to pay attention to the things that we've been putting off. Anything you've been procrastinating, and this is also in relationship to our health, anything you've been procrastinating is going to like really start to come out into the forefront, and it'll be like a gnawing thing that you just won't be able to ignore anymore. That's what I'm feeling. That's what my guides told me. We will be forced to make a decision. There is a battle of wills at play, and we have to stop procrastinating. So those were my messages just by looking at the astrology and like tapping into my inner guidance. So let's take a look at the cards. All right, so if you chose card number 1, which will come in on Monday and Tuesday, it is forgiveness. And, you know, I posted something about, forgiving people every night, like go through your mind every night, like who should I forgive for the day? Anybody, things are moving so quickly that we're triggered constantly, especially because of social media. But any kind of grievances that you're holding on to or grudges, let me just go to the guide and read what it says real quick. Just the top part, because I'll do the channeled message on Monday and Tuesday. It says, a wrong is done, consequences you cannot deny, but to hold a grudge is to drink poison and think that the other person will die. So this is a time definitely of letting go of those grievances and do some forgiveness, because it's weighing you down if you chose this card. And I think every single one of us can find something. And this is also a forgiveness of ourselves for whatever. Like, I'm very critical on myself, so I have to give myself some forgiveness for doing that. If you chose card number 2, and I love this little description, it is the Skull of Stars. And I'm using the Halloween deck from Stacey DeMarco because we are in the month of October, and I do use this deck every October. So Skull of Stars says, why think so small when galaxies spin within? Realize that you are made of the stuff of stars and infinite possibilities begin. I love this. This would be creative ideas and beginnings, something that you've been thinking about. It's going to be time to launch. So I love that. And then the final card. And I think a lot of you will like this. If you chose card number 3, it is the Veil. And so the veil, I talk about this all the time. I've been saying that the veil has really been thinning, getting very thin. I think like with all this chaos, we have our guides and our angels and our ancestors so close to us that we have to call out for their help. Now remember, our guides, our spirit guides and our ancestors are constantly sending us signs. They're trying to show us the way. Now, when it comes to angels, archangels, they can only intervene in dire emergencies. So if you feel that you need their help, you have to call out to them like, Archangel Michael, please protect me. This is a great week, especially with Mercury going retrograde in Scorpio at 11. This is a great week to call on Archangel Michael to help protect you. Expect the unexpected with that Mercury retrograde as well, because things are going to be coming out that will show people's true integrity or lack thereof. So the veil says this is about the future. There is a misty curtain that divides us all. The veil that has, the veil that this night thins, transparent the weave becomes, and the figure no longer dims. The future no longer dims. My God, I can't even see even with the glasses. So it's said that the veil is very, very thin. The 2-3 days of Halloween, mischief night, the night before Halloween itself, or Samhain, and then the following day, what some religious groups call All Saints Day. Then also the following days after that, in Mexican culture or Hispanic culture, it's Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, because they know how thin the veil is, and they do a huge festival called Dia de los Muertos, and they celebrate their dead. They set up altars, they put their loved ones' pictures out, they place food and drink offerings on the altar, they light candles, there's flowers and fruit, and it's just simply beautiful. Google it and check it out if you're not familiar with it. Oh, and the one thing I wanted to say before I leave, and I already kind of started recording this previously, and then I had some totally botched information, so I had to start it all over. And that's why I forgot. So when it comes to new moon and full moon rituals, when do we do them? You can do them anytime you want. But I like to pay attention to the moon phase, what sign the moon is in, because that would determine the energy and where that intention is going to go. Intentions are wishes. But I think the one most important thing that we have to pay attention to when we are doing a new moon or a full moon ritual, and I want to do a vlog so that I can give you the list of when the best times are. We do not want to do the ritual during a void of course moon. Now, I've talked about this before. What is a void of course moon? It's when the moon is getting ready to move from this sign into this sign, and it's like this limbo space where it's not fully in this sign anymore and it's not yet in this sign. We don't want to initiate or start anything during a void of course moon. That's why I pay attention to it. Also, no procedures, no surgical procedures or anything like that during a void of course moon, because we'll usually have to go back and have it redone. Something will not be, it just won't go off fully right. And then it also depends on what sign it's in, which would determine like a body part or whatever. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is the new moon on Friday, October 16th, is at 3:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but then it goes void, of course, at 6:11 p.m. And I wanted to do my new moon thing, my new moon ritual and ceremony that evening, but the moon will be in void, of course. So it's like I'm putting all of this energy into doing this ritual that's not even going to have any impact. So have you noticed, based on, you put out your new moon wish list, you set your intentions, you do your ritual and ceremony, and then nothing happens? It could be because you did it during a void of course moon. So I'm looking at the astro calendar. The moon goes into Libra officially at 1:54 a.m. on Thursday, October 15th, and goes void the following day after the new moon. So I think Thursday would be a great time to do your new moon rituals and ceremonies. If not, the moon will come back in to position in Scorpio at 1:05 a.m. on Saturday, October 17th, Eastern Standard Time. Adjust for your time zone. You can even Google when the void of course moons are for your time zone. And then it goes void again on Sunday, late afternoon, before it moves into Sagittarius. So like we keep, like we have these small windows of time. Sagittarius would be a really good time, which is Monday. The following Monday, the 19th, because it's fire energy. So that would be like the initiation, the beginning of, and it's only in there for a short period of time before that goes void. When else could be a good time? I would really pick Thursday, October 15th, as our best day to do the new moon ceremony ritual, or wait until Monday, October 19th, when the moon is in Sagittarius. Unless you want to go ahead and wait till Wednesday, when the moon moves into Capricorn. Now, this is the following week, the 18th through the 24th. So the other opportunity is moon in Virgo on the 13th, but then you've got Mercury going retrograde. So it's a wonky week. And I think I really should write a blog I think I may have written a blog about the void of course moons. Anyway, let's get off of here. It's a gorgeous day outside. I want to get outside and enjoy this. And I guess that's it. So if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Comment me, give me some thumbs up. Check out the other videos I'm going to post here. Check me out at expressionsoftheuniverse.com, where you can see my blogs, my articles, order reading, buy something on Amazon. I have a lot of recommended items. Check me out on Redbubble, where I sell my art, redbubble.com, Kimberly8183. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.